This, I put pine needles in the smoker up here. It replicates a forest fire. So when there's a fire, the bees gorge on honey, you know, like much like you would do when your house is on fire. You take all your valuables and you get out of there. So they gorge on the honey to get all their stores, and that actually makes them a little like oozy, and they're actually too full to really sting you. It smells nice. It's pine needles. It smells good. I'm going to pull some of these frames up. This whole top should be filled with honey. This time of the year, they're bringing in like a dark honey, which looks real dark, like almost like molasses. It looks like that. This is all they get. Dark honey, and it's from that. If you can see in the ditch over there, it's called knotweed. It's Japanese bamboo. I don't know if you can see it again. That's how you get that dark honey. It's real rich and like floral taste. I'll give you a taste. They even got a little brood in there on the bottom. See the ones on the bottom that let's see these. All these workers are female bees, except for these here. You can pick these guys up. That's a male bee. They don't have stingers. They don't sting. That's a drone.
And he doesn't sting.
Their job basically is just to impregnate the queen in the spring. In a few weeks they all get thrown out because all they do in the wintertime, they're basically all they do is kind of hang out and eat. So the worker, the female bees, will take them and toss them out in the winter. You take the honey, you cut it off with a hot knife, an electric knife. It heats up, and you shave off that front part, and then you put in like a centrifuge. It's an extractor. It spins around and has a tap on the bottom. He knew all about it, so he was kind of cool with it. Early in the spring, I don't know if there's any, you get really light, like water white honey. They call it water white because it looks almost like Crisco. And that's from the black locust trees. So if you know when they're going to bloom, you take the honey right off after they're blooming, you get just that honey. So yeah, this like honey now that I just put this skateboard on, this is all going to be mostly that Japanese knotweed. Probably some goldenrod and aster, and so yeah. So two main nectar flows. One in the spring that ends around July. From July through August, there's a nectar dearth where they don't really bring in anything, and then from like mid-September to like beginning of October, they bring in the darker honey. The fall honey. It's real dark, and this is like basswood or linden tree most likely, and that's from the spring. We took this off.
So that's like winter and that's spring honey.
Right. You take the light honey and you let it crystallize. After a while, if you let honey cool below like 50 degrees, it crystallizes, and then you take it and you whip it, and you get like this really nice, like almost a buttery like spread out of it. Honey that you get in the stores, they heat that up over 120 degrees, which breaks down a lot of the enzymes that are in the honey. And the honey that you get from a local beekeeper, I don't heat that. And that contains trace elements of pollen from the flowers in your area. So if you have allergies, springtime allergies, eat the light honey. It contains that pollen and then reduces your allergic reactions to whatever flowers you're allergic to. So. Yeah, the fall honey, you can't find this in stores anywhere. A lot of, even like hobbyist beekeepers don't get this kind of honey because they don't have, the knotweed where they are. There's a lot of it around here because this is Springfield. There's a lot of rivers and streams going by, and that's usually where it's antibacterial honey, antimicrobial. You can use it for cuts. It helps with scarring. Penn State actually did a study and a blind taste test, and honey actually did better than any cough suppressant as far as for sore throats. So this is a typical Langstroth hive. I think it was invented in 1848 or something. And this is a lot of beekeepers using these. These are top bar hives. This is an all natural hive. The bees make their own comb. So whatever. Out of this hive I usually get in the spring, I get about 70-80 pounds in the spring, and probably about the same amount from the fall flow. So these two here are probably all full of honey. So it was really just a goof. Somebody asked me what I wanted to do, and kind of half joking, I said I just want to like go up and live on a farm, shear sheep or keep bees or something like that. And they got me a couple books on beekeeping. I read into it. It seemed interesting. And a few weeks later, I had ordered a 3-pound package in the mail. Came from the post office. They said, come pick your bees up, and that was it. That was 8 years ago, so I've been doing it ever since. I think I got about 70 or 80 pounds in the spring, which we harvested in July, and then in another week or so, I'll probably get another probably 70 pounds out of it, 70 or 80 pounds out of it. I think last year I got 360 something pounds total out of, I think, extracted out of 4 hives or something like that, 4 or 5. So it's not a bad little sideline hobby. I'm also a member of the Essex County Beekeeper Society. I'm the president. So if you want to look into that, if you're interested in beekeeping, you might want to contact them, the New Jersey Beekeepers Association. Bees don't hibernate. They actually, in the winter, they cluster into a ball, hopefully if you have a big enough hive, almost like a basketball-sized cluster, and they shiver with the queen in the center to keep the other bees warm, and they kind of rotate, like shifts, so the outside then moves into the inside. They move as one, like that, to eat honey. All the workers are females. They live about 6 weeks. So any honey that these bees store, by the time they won't even get to use that honey, they'll be long gone. That honey is for their sisters and their sisters' daughters, and the next generation of bees. Queens live about 3 to 4 years. When the queen's not laying as well as they want, that they'll supersede the queen, and they'll make their own queens. So they know when to get rid of their queen. When the queen's failing, they'll move that queen out, and they'll make another queen. I have mostly 1-pound jars, $7 a pound. The full honey is $8 a pound, because that's like more. It's a rare. You can't buy that in stores. It's only local beekeepers would have that. Even some local beekeepers don't even carry that. I don't have a store or anything, so you'd have to call my cell phone number. It's 973-902-2120. And I could, if it's local enough, I'll just deliver it to you.